Winter is notorious for drying out and cracking our skin. Mine is really bad. Well, Dr. Kohli spoke to Danny about how to keep our skin healthy during these winter months.
Dr. Kohli, it's always so great to see you. How are you?
Hi, Danny. I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much. Well, hey, winter is coming here. We don't really know. It's kind of late in the season, I guess. But we're still waiting on some of that snow. In the meantime, though, we're worrying about our skin winter, summer, no matter what season, right?
It's absolutely right. Actually, I'm not sure I'm ready for snow yet. But when it comes, of course, it looks beautiful here in Colorado. But one thing we have to keep in mind here in Colorado is that we're a mile high, so we're closer to the sun.
Right.
We also have to keep in mind that when that beautiful snow falls, it actually reflects 80% of the UV lights back to our skin.
Oh, wow.
So in fact, we're getting a double dose. We're getting direct from the sun, which we're closer to, and we're getting that reflected light to our skin. So we have to be extra careful about sun safety and skin safety, especially in the winter.
Okay, so they're not kidding when they say to put extra sunscreen on when you're going skiing. You're getting that double effect there. Now, what can you tell us about sunscreen and when to avoid going outside? You know, I'm sure there's certain times of day.
Yeah, so 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. is kind of when the UV light's the strongest. So you want to avoid that. Now, of course, the days have gotten shorter, so it's already starting to get a little bit dark by 4 p.m. But when you're putting on the sunscreen, you want to make sure you put it on at least 30 minutes before the sun exposure. You want to make sure you use at least an SPF 15 on your arms and your body, and at least a little bit higher on your face. And then one thing I always forget is you want to make sure you get those hard to reach spots, the tops of the ears, the hairline, around the eyes without getting it into the eyes, of course. But you really want to make sure that you've done a full, complete application, especially in winter where we're wearing hats and gloves and sunscreen can rub off on those.
Okay, yeah, the tops of the ears always get me. I always come inside with like little red tops of the ears, so don't forget. My skin is actually really dry this time of year too. I'm always flaky and cracking. What recommendations do you have to stay moisturized?
Well, here in Colorado, I mean, that is such a problem. I always have dry skin as well. So I would say moisturize from the inside and the outside.
Okay.
So that water is really, really important. We're wearing masks, we're running around, especially in the cold. We actually lose more when we exhale, and we can see those droplets of water that come out. So you want to make sure you stay hydrated, keep those water bottles close by. But you also want to moisturize from the outside, and that doesn't always mean a thicker moisturizer. So it doesn't always mean something that's super thick or sticky. If for your skin, it could just mean a sunscreen with a moisturizer. It could mean something with an emollient if you have very dry or flaky skin. And then the last thing, which I'm guilty of, is avoid those long hot showers, because that'll suck out that moisture from your skin.
I am also guilty of that too. It just feels so good in the winter. I totally understand. I have to have you dispel a rumor or two now that I have you here on set. People always talk about, oh, it's cloudy outside, I can't get sunburned, or it won't affect me because the clouds are in the sky. Is that the case?
No, that is absolutely not the case, and I'm really glad you asked, because my mom says this to me all the time. And I always tell her that even if it's cloudy out, you still have exposure to those UV rays. It doesn't always have to be direct sunlight, and it's the dose of exposure that you're getting. So it's not just how much, but how long. So if you're outside in a cloudy environment for a long period of time, that may actually be similar to being in a sunny spot for just a few minutes.
Okay, myth busting right here on Coco. I love it. Dr. Kohli, it's great to see you.
Good to see you, Danny.
I don't know about the no long hot showers, though. That's me to a T. And don't forget to keep properly hydrated. Sunscreen up and lather on that lotion, everyone. And Quest Diagnostics is your home for all things medical. Head to 9health365.org to make an appointment.